I'm getting a lot of questions right now about utilization, so I kind of wanted to make a video to sort of tie this together. I think a lot of times people think of utilization, there's some type of unconscious communication that occurs with a client. And then so the hypnotist might think, well, how do I start to leverage that? What do I do with it? Okay. And you've got all these techniques that you've learned, all this really great stuff. So a lot of times we might think, okay, well, what I need to do is start to use those because it kind of fits with what the theme of what's coming up in terms of the unconscious communication. What I teach hypnotists to do something quite different. Really, utilization doesn't even really require you to do anything with it. Besides draw that client's attention to the unconscious communication you're noticing. And as you're curious and you start to explore it with that client, it's incredible what can happen. I mean, their unconscious mind can generate these incredible insights. And keep in mind, when we start a session, we only really know the presenting problem. As we explore that problem, naturally insights are going to emerge, right? And they're coming from the unconscious mind. So to the extent they're coming from the unconscious, that person naturally has to go in and they're going to start to drift into an interesting place, like a trance-like state. So this makes our work very, very simple. Okay, so the big takeaway here with utilization, don't necessarily assume you have to do anything, right? I refer to it as zap. We want to zap it, zero assumption principle. We want to operate there. Oh, I'm seeing a moment here. Let's just explore it, right? And as we start to explore it, incredible things can happen. The thing I want to bring up here is if you're in a situation where you feel yourself now starting to put a ton of pressure on yourself to perform a technique or to figure out what to do, that means you're out of a mode of curiosity and exploration, and that means you're starting to try to lead that client somewhere. And so to the extent you're trying to lead that client, there's an opportunity they can resist. You could be wrong. What we want to do is reduce our margin of error. And the way we do that is by just keeping in mind that that person's unconscious mind has the problem and the solution. We're literally just helping them work through this. And all this really cool spontaneous phenomena occurs, and it's fascinating and fun. But that's really not what's important, right? That client just wants to get that resolved. So I think these are really important key principles. I hope this helps with the utilization stuff. If you have more questions, please fire away. I'd love to answer them. Take care, everybody.